All right, welcome back. This is the transformation. So in our first module, we started thinking about your circle, the characters of your story. And now we're going to start outlining their journey. And like I mentioned in the first module, don't worry if you don't have all the answers yet. This is a progression, a progressive process, a cumulative process, so that stuff that happens in future modules may help you answer questions today. I want to start your brain thinking and brainstorming and dreamstorming about this whole process, about their journey and their transformation. So if you've ever watched the Matrix movies, there is a character called the Oracle who has this famous line in the movie that everything that has a beginning has an end. And when we're thinking about their odyssey, their journey, there's always a start point and an end point. There's always a before and after, and that's the transformation. And by the end of our journey together, you'll be able to articulate your dream client's transformation story. Now, part of the process is to think in terms of your client before they work with you and after they've gone through your process, after they've been through your odyssey, after you walked them and guided them with your map to their dream come true future. Now, let me show you some photos. This is me. The ones on so there's two before and afters. The ones you see on the left where I am a little larger is in 2015. And the one with the Believe in You shirt, that was 2016. And the one all the way on the right with the purple jacket is 2019. This is an example, just a visual example of a before and after transformation that is pretty common in the health space. And yet every business, every industry, every niche or niche has the capability of telling a before and after story. Now, just think in your minds, what does this story tell you? Just in photos. And imagine you had to write my story that you see here. I bet you can think of how I was feeling in the left side of the equation, what I was thinking, and how I'm feeling on the right side. Now, this is super important. When you first encounter your dream clients, they will only know the before aspect of the story. You can think of that as their present day reality. They don't know the after. They don't know what it feels like to be transformed. So when you are coming up with language for them, it is super important to think in the context of them being in the before stage and not knowing the after. They don't know what it feels like yet. They might think about it. They might have an idea, but they're not there yet. You may have helped people already, maybe even hundreds of times, walk that journey and know what it feels like after. And part of what we're going to do together is help them imagine what it could feel like, but you just always have to remember that they don't yet know. The after component of the story is their dream, but there's aspects of the after that they may not even know is possible yet. So the way to build trust is to show empathy in knowing that you clearly understand how they feel today in the before part of the story, and that you can articulate the before part of the story even better than they can. And if they feel understood, and if they feel that you get them, and if you can articulate their current reality better than they can, they will feel resonance with you and they will feel trust. And that's how you start this process. In our coaching session together, in our next one, we'll be working on a tool called the Transformation Inventory, which will help you start to think about the way to articulate their transformation. Now, here are some questions to think about in preparation for that session. And you may recognize the first few. The dream question. By the end of 12 weeks working together with your dream client, what has to happen for them in terms of their goals, growth, transformation, and outcomes for them to consider their experience and your time together a dream come true? And what do you believe could be the biggest challenges and obstacles that could prevent their dream from becoming a reality? And Where could they use the most support from you and the other members of the group you create over the 12 weeks or whatever your time frame is to make sure their dream comes true? Now, for the next set of questions, think about it from your dream client's perspective, but also from your own. And if you're starting off in a brand new space or industry or niche, start with yourself too. Get used to going through this process, asking yourselves these questions so that you understand how to ask it to other people. What are they complaining about? If they were meeting up with a friend or a colleague or a peer or a family member, what are they complaining about? What keeps them up at night? I bet you've known the experience at some point, and maybe even right now, of finding it difficult to sleep because your mind won't shut off because there's stuff you're constantly thinking about. What's on their bucket list? So if you asked them this question, what would they say? How would they feel if their dream came true? What feelings would come up for them? How would they feel if their dream didn't come true? How would their life change if their dream came true? And what new opportunities would be available to them? What are they afraid of? What are they angry about? What do they secretly desire? What story would they be able to tell by being transformed? This is going to be a big one in the future in our work together, because everything we do is about storytelling. Right now, you are working on creating your dream client's transformation story. And the more you help people, the more clear and clear that story becomes in a way that's so unique that when you tell the story, it inspires people to want to work with you because they want to be part of that story. So what story would they be able to tell by being transformed? And that's our session for today. I look forward to seeing you very soon.